feel a little odd that it's almost coming to an end here?
Yeah, no, time passes really fast as you get older. It's crazy to think, I came here in January of 2016. Now time's almost done. But yeah, no, it's been one hell of a ride. And we got a good group of guys now, so really excited for the season.
You're kind of a known quantity. Everybody knows that you're a good kicker.
Mm-hmm.
How much confidence does that give you to just go into your final season, just do what you do, keep it going, and finish strong?
Well, I think last year did a lot of positive things for me as a kicker, even though the percentage was down. I think the situations we were put in terms of, the kicks with the penalties being pushed back. My first 2 seasons, I didn't really have that many long field goal range attempts. So last year it was kind of cool to see, how I would react in those situations. And even though I didn't make all of those, I think that I was pretty calm in those situations and I trusted my stroke. So it's just good to get out there and get those reps, get that experience from far away, from the close kicks, the pressure situations. So after 3 seasons, I've pretty much seen a lot of different kind of elements and different situations. So there's for sure a lot more confidence heading into this season.
We've seen Wade Lee's hold for you, and then also Matt Lynch said he wasn't going to hold for you, but then we've seen him hold for you as well. How's that going to work?
Yeah, so Matt is the backup now, and basically the reasoning behind having Wade as my holder was we can work together throughout practice. So we're going to build that continuity. I'm good with both, and it's pretty crazy because I've had a different holder all 4 years now. So first year was Mike Faithful with Adam Searle. Second year was Stefan. Third, last year was Matt Lynch. Now it's going to be Wade. So it's pretty cool, having to adjust to each guy. And but no, Johnny's doing a great job. Wade's a chill dude from Australia, so it kind of eases me down.
Yeah, what's it like having a 31-year-old?
Oh, it's awesome. No, I love Wade. He's not like a father figure, but almost like a big brother to us. So he's the 31-year-old, just joking around. But we're having a great time. Even though we're working, it's still super enjoyable to be around those groups.
With the success you've already had, what kind of personal goals are there for you to set this year?
Oh yeah, no. I think as a kicker, it's very dangerous to kind of get caught up in the future, right? You want to stay grounded and treat each day like it's game day. So in terms of the way I approach kicking is to kind of replicate my game days each day of practice. So my warm-up's going to be the same. That mentality you have approaching the quick kicks we do at the start of practice or the team reps, you really want to have that kind of same mentality. So as a kicker, it's about trusting the process, focusing on each kick, and the awards will take care of themselves if you kick the ball through the net. But the first thing is to kick the ball. So awards come after.
We made fun of this when you were a freshman, but are you now of legal age to drink Molson's?
I'm 22. It's pretty funny because I have a little thing with Wade that every time he gives me a good hold or we'll make a big kick, I'll give him a 6-pack of Molson.
Really?
No, I'm just joking. Just kind of like a little incentive for him.
All right. Now you can throw back with the coaches too.
No. After I graduate, maybe, but now we're locked into the season.
Where do you think you are in your adjustment with Wade as a holder? Are you there yet, do you think?
Oh, yeah. No, we're hitting them pretty well in practice, and it's pretty much the same thing. It doesn't really change as a holder. You just got to trust your steps and trust that the ball's going to be down there. Because if you think about who's behind holding the ball or who's snapping the ball, then there's just way too many things that you're thinking about. So you just want to eliminate different distractions or elements that you think of and just focus on the steps and swinging in.
Not to make you dwell on it, but is there a difference in timing with all those? You've had 4 holders.
Yeah, no, there is for sure. You have to adjust in terms of the count too. Like now we're kind of doing the same thing with what we did last year, but the first 2 years I was starting my steps kind of at a different pace than I am now.
In what ways do you think you're different now as the senior version of yourself versus the freshman version that came in?
Yeah, I think a lot more maturity, experience, but I think as a senior, even though I'm a kicker, you kind of hear those things, oh, well, a kicker's not really a leader. I think for me, one of the things I wanted to focus on this year was kind of pushing our culture and setting the standard. And even though I'm a kicker, if we're running around, kind of lead by example and see and show the young guys like, okay, this is what the older guys are doing. And you got kids like Darnay Holmes, Chris Barnes, and you know, being around those guys just pushes you even more, because those guys are chasing excellence every day, and you kind of try and emulate and replicate their work ethic and kind of their approach to their own crafts, and I kind of try and apply it to my kicking. But even power too, like I probably put on like 10 yards, I think, this offseason in terms of my kick. And I was speaking with Jeff, and he told me he made the biggest jump from his junior to senior year. So I was kind of expecting a similar type of thing. But that's all in due in part to our, working out with the guys, having them push me, and also our strength staff. They're doing a great job. So it's all due to them that I've gotten this stronger.
So what's your comfort level distance-wise?
So now, like I'm good from 55 and in. Like I'm super comfortable with that. And then at the end of the game, I wouldn't be scared to hit a 60. So I'm hitting like 60, 65. I've been training from 65 and 50.
Wow.
Well, basically what that does as a kicker, it's the further you are away from the goalpost, it's training your mind and your awareness to become kind of comfortable and familiar with those long distances, and training your mind to kick the same stroke every time, right? Because a lot of times in games when you have those long attempts, you try and put a bit more into it. So training from further away, even though I can make them now, it's training my mind just to keep the same stroke, the same fluidity, and just hit it like an extra point.
UCLA's got a long history of great kickers, going all the way back to like John Lee and
Yes.
Jordan Merton. How much do you know about UCLA's legacy?
Oh
of
no, for
kickers?
sure. Kai Forbath, John Lee, Chris Taylor, all those guys before me. You want to kind of follow in their steps. The great thing about football is it's not about yourself. You're representing UCLA, you're representing the kids before you, you're working out for the kid next to you. So, obviously you're in a position where there's a great legacy of kickers. It pushes you to be the best version of yourself, to kind of match their performance, right? And the bricks they laid down for us.
Thanks, JJ.
Awesome.